Material, so a lot of these are new, a lot of these are going to be the first time I've actually told them besides writing down the concept. So this is pretty risky for me. Last weekend we were shooting a movie. It was a horror movie. I kept telling people it was midget porn because those guys can really get after it. But they wore me out. No, we actually shot a movie last weekend, which was pretty fun, but that's taking up most of my time. But Halloween just ended. Is everyone taking down their Halloween decorations and put up their new decorations for political protest season? That's what I'm doing, for sure. Just keep your colors right. It's like a gang out there, reds and blues, you know. So probably about 20 years ago, I did hip hop music with another white guy, which already puts us in a crazy situation. We caught it all. I've heard it all. We get it. So there's a bunch of shady deals that go on in the music industry. They try to sucker you in and do all kinds of stuff. We got some musicians here. But after sitting back and listening and seeing how everything's happening lately, I heard about a bunch of shady deals. But with the whole P. Diddy thing, I didn't realize that was the kind of backdoor deals they were talking about. So this is a random one, and I was thinking about this the other day. The kids that are pretending they're wannabe cops as they get older, and also kids that want to be proctologists when they get older, play the same games as kids when they get spread them. Single finger. So Trump was on Rogan the other day, and the thing that really stood out to me, and I knew it was going to come up because Rogan's all about it, I'm all about it, I want to know. He asked him about aliens. Oh shit, sorry. Gotta turn the switch on. That's when the jokes come out. Man, that's when those were hitting. But yeah, he asked him about aliens, and I was like, is he going to tell us anything? Of course he did, and then he meandered and wandered around and talked about all the stuff we already know about, the Fravor event, the other random flying whatevers against everything. Fun fact though, as a side note, my wife here works for the government, and I told her, I was like, hey, she's got top secret clearance. I was like, if aliens are real and you find out, I know you can't tell me, but just leave your drawer open for 2 days straight and I'll know. I came home, second day, drawer still open. I was like, babe. She said, my bad, I forgot to shut it.
That's a true story, I will say that.
That's not a joke. Good cover, good cover.
So the crazy thing about aliens, and you know, they tend to go around and they seem to abduct cows and mess with cows, so everyone check on your moms tonight. Mom joke, check off. But for some reason they seem to be fascinated with anal probes. That came about in the 60s. For some reason that was the first documented case. I looked into it. But you know there's one freak out there every night that goes, lays his head on his pillow, crosses his finger, sticks his ass up and says, please be the night tonight. Please be the night tonight. I find it disappointing when I send a meme to a buddy of mine and I only get one ha. You gotta have at least 3 ha's in there to gauge how funny it was. And if you get an LOL, money. But 3 ha's, 2 ha's, single ha, pissed. You know. So Beyonce spoke at the Harris rally the other day, and she was talking about abortion. And she said that because I'm a mother, I am for abortion. And the only thing I could think about was, how shitty are her kids? She's all for it. She probably should have chosen that before. So we're living in crazy times right now. They're putting tampon dispensers in boys' or men's restrooms. I think that is the tampon mafia putting the screws on people to expand their tampon sales. Because you know those fuckers are going to stay full. There's a story. I have a really, really, really bad joke on that. This is gross, and I'm not going to tell the rest of that one. We'll skip through that. All right. So there's a difference between, this is going to get this is going to be more of my speed here. This is going to be a little more off-key, a little cussy, a little inappropriate. There's a big difference between good weed and good pussy. If your boys are partaking in really good weed on the front porch and you can smell it in the house, that's really good weed. Pussy, not so much. So everyone, the same thing with aliens. I really wish Bigfoot would be real. I think it would be really awesome, but we've gone to so many like museums and whatnot. All the freaking casts are different feet. I know there's not that many different big feet out there. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. But what if there was a much scarier monster that everyone's seeing? He doesn't really have big feet. You can see all the people standing around the campfire. They're telling kids these ghost stories. And like, oh, on a cold, dark night, you'll hear rustling in the woods. You will smell this really strange musky odor, sometimes some grunts and whatnot. So what if he wasn't known for having big feet at all? What if they weren't regular sized feet? Would we call them something different? Or would it be as iconic? What if his name would be Stinkwiener? Like, be very aware the Stinkwiener will come around your tent at night. And if you sleep with your mouth open, that's where that taste comes from.
We're all going to dream about that tonight.
It might not even be a Bigfoot. It's just an old green guy named Bob out there with he's like, zipping this tent.
Taping our mouth shut.
There we go.
I'll see you at 1 a.m., bro.
Yeah. Got it.
It's about as shit times. It's probably accurate.
I think I've got
That's sweet. Thanks, my friend.
I've got one more for right now. It's another one that I just wrote down the concept, but it was also an actual experience. I was in Walmart and I was in the service line, customer service, and in front of me there's this lady, and she's got this very unruly kid jumping up and down, screaming, just raising hell like you hear all the time in Walmart. So I was looking there, and easily had to be 4 or 5 years old, just pitching a fit. And I think there might have been a language barrier too. It was a Hispanic lady. That's really irrelevant to the joke, but maybe it was a language barrier. And she didn't have anything else in her cart but this screaming kid. And I looked up there and I was like, "Ma'am, that's they've only got a 90-day return policy. You're not going to be able to return it back in." I'm Shannon Griffin. That's all I can comment on.